Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another episode here in City Skylines 2. My name is HS, guys, and today we are going to be continuing on with our build here. If you guys do enjoy, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, be sure to hit that subscribe button, but without further ado, let's hop into the game. So, I was kind of taking a look at the city before I hopped back in here, and at the end of last episode, we left it that I think we want to start building out a little bit of a farm network. And I still think that's the plan. Something else we need to address in the near term is also education. So we have no education currently. And I think I want to do a little bit of a campus. So it's actually something I wish they had brought over from original City Skylines, was kind of the campus style feel that they do with the universities and things like that in that game. But we have a while to build up to that. But again, first, I wanted to make sure that we're getting some income coming in and that we are, you know, developing the industry of the city a little bit. So I think the first way we're going to do that, as I said, is with some farming. And as I look at the natural resource, so we've got a little bit right here, and I think maybe a plan could be is have some farming here, maybe an industrial sector. I was thinking like a normal industrial sector, so some of the stuff we have down here, maybe relocate that into this little area, and then also develop some oil on this side. And, you know, we have some other farms up there, farm out here, and some ore up here. So maybe this ends up being kind of like a sprawling little industrial zone. And maybe we bring, you know, a highway down eventually through here. I mean, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. To start, we really just got to build up some of this area. So I am going to use 5 of my tile purchases here and buy this area. It should cost us $56,000 almost. But boom, we're good. And then as I think about wanting to try and build this out, so I kind of like how it hugs the river here. So I think we're going to try and incorporate that in. And we're going to use some dirt roads. I don't know if I'll keep these dirt roads for the entire time, or if we will end up filtering this out. But something I had in mind, I want to make sure we keep a little bit of a barrier. So this is going to be like the outer ring. And where does this really go to? So this is going to be the outer road here. That's going to frame the farming district for us. And so we can actually bring that down a little bit farther. Bring this over. Something else I wanted to look at is topography. Oh, I love that, how you can see multiple kind of charts overlaid like that. So if we bring this then out to here, we're going to go up. And you guys will see kind of the style I'm going with here in a second. And I know it's just completely chaotic right now. No real methodology here yet. Does that come out on 90? We want to make sure that's at a 90. We'll come out 90. Where's the snap here? Bring the snap down. Okay. So I know that said it was 89, but I'm okay with that. So this will be our little farming area. We're not going to have farms along the side here. And actually, before we go any farther, I want to make sure we get some trees down. And that, what were the trees we were going with over here again? What is this? It's a birch. That's spruce. So birch and spruce. Gotta remember those. Bump up that, bump down this, and where are the spruce? Okay, so spruce, actually we can go a little bit, oh, nope, wrong one. A little bit bigger there. And we're just going to come up the side here, like so. I really wish the trees grew a little bit faster, but we're going to make do with what we got. We're going to make do with what we got. So, okay, so we got some birch down, or sorry, some spruce down, and now we're going to go with some birch. Make this nice along the side here. I really hope that when I put these down, they're not just going into the river. They might be. Oh well, we will see if all of a sudden the sea starts sprouting some trees up. But I really wanted to make sure that this is going to be a nice little barrier here between the farm and kind of the coastline. Or the river, I should say. It's not much of a coastline. Okay. So we're going to get that down. Now, as we look at the natural resource again, get the contour backlines up here. Oh, why is that not working? There we go. Okay, so if we think about getting farms down, how large is the circumference here? Okay, so we can get one up to there, and I know this is actually just a livestock farm, so I want to incorporate these a little bit too into this region, but maybe have them scattered around, you know, the outskirts, so we can actually use the fertile land here for the farms themselves. So, in that vein, why don't we... I feel like this area we can kind of cut into 2. And that's what we're going to do. So that is a 90-degree. I like the 90-degree angles here. And we're going to snap that, and we'll actually fill this with a basic livestock farm. Now, same kind of concept. We're going to come out here, I believe. Come down. And I know that's not 90. That might bug me in the future. We're going to leave it for now. That might end up bugging me. We'll see. And actually, we're going to bring some nice curvy roads now through and really just outline this space. And now what I would like to do is if we can get a nice 90-degree coming off here and just flow this into kind of like something like that. Like that. Move that back a little and make that curve look a little nicer. That did some funky stuff, but I think that's okay. It looks pretty good. I know the zoning's not perfect, but this is going to be farms, so it doesn't matter too much. And I'm realizing I kind of brought that right on. Do we want to capture that area? We actually might want to capture some of that. Sorry about this. I'm going to back up and make sure we're going to get as much of this resource as we can. So actually, we're going to bring it out maybe closer to here. Make sure that we are getting all this area. Snaps right there. Actually, what I want is this. And that somewhere up like that. That's not 180. That's 90. How does that look? Horrible. Horrible. Back that up. And then let's try and bring this out maybe straight a little bit. That's not bending enough, is it? We're going to back up. Hang on. We got to back up and make sure we're getting this exactly right so we can maximize the resource in this area. It might seem trivial right now, but it's really important to try and maximize what we've got since we don't have a ton of farming in this area. And it really is important when you go to the production tab to try and make sure that you have as much of your farming and your other resources maximized as possible. So that's okay. I'm okay leaving it like that. So we're going to have a little funky area here, but maybe we can get a nice livestock farm in on the side here. It's going to be a little weird, but I think it could end up looking pretty cool. And then we're actually going to want to bring out a few other roads here. Come back down, come back over to this. We'll just do a nice little box here. Something along the lines of this. Okay. We'll bring one down right through the middle here. And so we're getting some funky roads in here, some farming style roads that really I think are going to make this area look nice. Now I know this right road, or this left road, I should say, kind of just cuts down here. We'll leave it for now. That might be subject to change. Okay. And we're going to have a bunch of filler roads that kind of come through here, maybe at different angles, because now this is all actually part of the farming district. So we're going to try and get... I wish it just stayed. We're going to try and get the snaps, or I guess the sizes on this pretty good here. So if that's a 90, that's good. I like that. Probably get one that comes off right here. I mean, that just seems like a good fit for another one in there. And maybe we'll split this one right down the middle. And maybe we can try and get one that fills up this entire area as well. But okay, so we have some of these to start. I like this. I like how it's starting to come together. And we're just going to place our first chicken, or our livestock farm, down in this area. Nicely outlined here. Nice, just basic farm to start. Okay, so we have that one in. And the way we're probably going to bring this through is we'll probably just continue this main road. And I was thinking we're going to curve it up. And we're just going to have it split, as I was saying, down the middle of these two resources. So almost following where these trees are, I think is going to be the way we set this up. So let's get that main road running through. And we'll do just a normal 2-lane road here. And yeah, overlapping items. So we have not unpaused the game yet, which is good. And we'll need to make sure we remember to reconnect the power. That would be a bad thing to forget at this point in the game. Really could disrupt the entire city. Okay, so we're going to bring it through there. And then what did I say? We're going to bring it up along. And I kind of like this. Oh, I'm actually going to back that up a little bit. See how the topography right there slants up? We can kind of follow. Maybe we'll actually put the road down first here. Follow this nice little gentle slope up that way. And and we'll have a nice bend in. So that's 216 by 176. We'll bring this out a little bit farther. Let's see how this looks. Is that the curve we want? No, we want a simple curve. 154 and 176. How's that look? That generally looks okay. I like that. I like that. Is this pretty smooth coming up here? Yeah. Because again, we're going to have a lot of heavy trucks coming up and down here. And I know, obviously, it doesn't get reflected in the game. You have to consider things like that. But heavy trucks do not like steep inclines. So you'd want to make this as gradual as possible and try and follow the terrain, which I feel like we've done a good job there. So, okay. We're going to keep bringing this up. We'll probably have a nice little straight bit here. Keep that going. And we'll probably eventually curve it off. Something like that. I don't know. And we'll build up this entire area, and it'll have a nice little industrial sector going along here. Ooh, I think this is going to look good. I think this is going to look good. So, guys, actually, if you don't know, and I should explain the rationale of why we want to put these both so close together. So, we don't have it unlocked yet, but eventually we'll get, once we reach Grand Village, which hopefully we can get to by the end of this episode, we will get the production tab, and you'll see that these industries over here, for instance, this is vegetables, so it takes vegetables. Right now we're having to import all that, but eventually if we can co-locate these and really get, you know, a bunch of vegetable farms feeding some of these industrial buildings, we can get a lot more exports of not just raw produce, but of finished goods out of the city. In that way, we can actually start making some money. So right now we're losing about $2,000 per hour, which is not good. We definitely want to make sure we get that up. So let's actually also throw in another farm right here. Nice little livestock farm. Oh, did that not snap right to the edge there? I know we're on a slight hill here, so this might get a little funky with all the snappings. So we got that one, and then I was thinking we could get one for this entire area, but I don't think that's actually going to fit, which is unfortunate. This is a really weird space, I recognize that. Now, what we actually could do is we don't necessarily need this road, right? Because this, the windy road there is now bordering all of the actual fertile land in here. So what we could do, and I want to make sure we keep this kind of, you know, not very uniform. Like it just kind of came together. So maybe we'll do something like this. Can we get one that fills in this entire area? And I am going to leave a little bit of a gap between the farms and the road. I do need another connection. I actually feel like coming down this way would be good. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap, so maybe this will be our border road now, and we'll kind of keep some greenery space in here, and really have the industrial side over here. Ooh, this is coming together. I think this is going to look very good when it's all said and done. So let's get this coming down here. That's a little bit too tight. It's a little too close. What if we have this? Honestly, we could maybe even put a bridge here. We'll keep this for now. We'll see how the traffic goes here. I'm a little worried about how backed up that's going to get. We could just put a stoplight here. Not even a stoplight, but just a stop sign there to shield them. But okay, let's get back to what we were doing. So, will one fit in this entire space now? Yes, it will. Okay. Put that there. We're going to just follow the outline of this road again. Oops. Let's actually get that a little bit closer. And this will try and cover this entire area. If we can get it to. Boom. How's that look? This is looking good, guys. I'm liking the look of this so far. I really am. And then, can we get one that fills up this entire space if we put it here? Looks like it. Alright. And come all the way down with that. And back up. Boom. Okay. So we got some livestock farms in now. I'm really liking the look of that. And before I forget, can't have enough trees, right? Cannot have enough trees. So just gonna put some in here. And it'll kind of taper out as we get over this way. But nice and thick trees. Shielding the farms from the highway, or what will probably eventually be a highway if I had to guess, through here. We'll put a few more down in this area. Just get these nice. And again, it tapers off. nicely over here. Okay. So, eventually, once we get the other farms unlocked, we will put the fertile farms down in here. We actually can get one more livestock farm down this way. This is going to be a super small one. But it's going to look cool. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm liking the look of this. I know it's a little uniform in here right now. We can mess up with some of these, or mix up some of these roads, I should say. Maybe in the future. Maybe if we took this one back. When instead we just put it up here. Just to give it a little bit more of a diverse look. So it's not just a grid. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. So we're going to need this to fill out for a little bit. And we'll just keep these connections for now. We'll eventually definitely flow these roads into this area. We're just going to keep that separate for now. Keep the traffic flowing through. Before I forget, we got to do the power. And where's that connect up? We're just going to keep it nice and lazy for now. Okay. That should be good, though. That should be good. These will start producing. We're going to put the game back in play. And what do we need? So we need more commercial. Now, where's our shoppers? So we don't really, it doesn't really show customers yet. We do have some customer concentration over here. So, the highway entrance is here. Definitely don't want that to be commercial. Why is there shoppers over here, it says? Are there people wandering around? So we want to make sure this stays residential. I think we're going to keep it all residential back up into here. But maybe we'll keep zoning this area out as some commercial buildings. They really are demanding a lot of commercial. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just throw them down on this area. Right now. How's this going to look? And really bulk up this main road. I mean, over time, some of these little intersections probably going to have to turn to roundabouts. Or maybe we're just going to have to do some overpasses. Who knows? Who knows? That's the fun with this. The city is going to expand, and we have no idea what it's going to look like in the final days. But right now, I'm very happy with how it's coming together. And wow, okay, so a lot of buildings popped up. Like, oh my gosh. This is just this guy, right? Still level 1 out of 5. Efficiency, 64%, not enough employees. Okay, so the commercial demand's gone. And we probably can start getting in some more residential zoning. So what happens if I just bring this down this way? And we'll leave this one 140. I also changed up the units. I don't know if you guys recognize this in between the two episodes. We're now using yards in the US system rather than the metric system. I'm a fan of both, but I see a lot of people using the metric system on this game, so I figured why not mix it up a little bit and just go do something a little bit different. Now, I don't necessarily want this road to continue. This is a pretty big road coming through for the residential area. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get a little alleyway road coming through here. And it'll just connect up. You know what? We'll do a nice little wiggle. Just something funky in this area. Yeah, I know. They're going to be mad about that. Nice little alley road, you know, that connects the two neighborhoods. And then I think what we'll end up doing... Do I have pedestrian paths? Large roads. Is there not a smaller pedestrian path? Or have I not unlocked that? What if I go over here? What if we look? Advanced road services. Let's get that. Large roads, parking areas, roundabouts. We'll get roundabouts too. We'll get some parking areas. Those seem like good things to have. Okay, so what did that give us? So larger roundabouts, we got that. We got the parking spaces, which we would definitely need as we start to build up more of the commercial zone. So it looks like we do need parking facilities over here. That is something to keep in mind. We are going to need parking facilities. This looks like a good spot for a parking facility, actually. We're going to have to destroy a few buildings in this area. If we put one down there, I do like the look of that. I do like the look. Because then it can serve this, you know, not heavy density. I guess you would call it medium density housing. And then also the commercial area. So how does that... That does help. That does help. Parking facility, 60 capacity now. We are going to drop the parking fee down on this to 5. So it incentivizes more people to use the parking facility rather than park on the street around here. A little funky that I guess they can just drive over like that. Why can you do that? I don't know. Clearly the entrance is over here. I wanted it on the side street and not on the main one, but okay. It's a shame also, like, for the cemetery, for instance, that people can't use the parking lot here and use it for these areas, but I digress. I digress. Okay, so we got high rent issues. That seems to always pop up in this game. Even before I finished, by the way, building out this area, it looks like the demand has kind of come and gone. So I'm going to also taper this street off. Maybe just something like that. Gives it a little feel over here. Maybe we'll do the same. No, we'll keep that empty. We'll keep that empty for now, because I want a nice buffer between this road, which will eventually likely be a highway, as I said, and the residential zone. Okay, so we got more commercial demand than we know what to do with. So maybe it's time to start working on a little bit of a commercial area. I really was not planning on doing that this episode, but maybe it's necessary. Maybe it is necessary. So, honestly, a nice little commercial spot, like high-density commercial, could look over here. But right now, we just need to worry about low-density commercial. So, an area that could be good for this would be over here. I'm thinking you don't want to bulk up too much area with commercial, because then you get a lot of traffic. You want it spread out, and it's serving a lot of different areas. But okay. We just need to get some down. We'll put some more over here just for now. And I think this will be a good commercial area. Like, especially if we did a nice little alleyway street here. Doesn't connect through, but just something like this. Oh, that didn't even connect in. My bad, guys. My bad. But if we just got something so it didn't connect through. Oh, I really wish that connected like a pathway. Oh, this is where the pathways are. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So instead, maybe we get this to go a little bit shorter. And then we'll get a nice little pathway at the end, so nice and walkable. Invalid shit. Where does this need to go to? Whatever building ends up going right there, we'll have a nice border with that path. Okay, so we're going to get some commercial, and I'm just going to put it down, just so we know this area is a commercial area. And we're probably going to do, oh, not there. Probably going to do some more low residence, or low residential through here. And maybe we'll get some row housing coming off the back of this. Residential suitability. So not very suitable down here. Maybe on this corner we'll just get some commercial too. Maybe we should start getting some more high density, medium density, but we don't have a ton of demand for that right now, as our row houses are still getting filled up over here. I do like the look of this little area. So, I do live in the Northeast, and in the Northeast of the United States, I should say. And there are a lot of buildings that kind of look like this in some of the older cities. So, like a New York, a Boston, a Portland, Maine, some of those cities. And so I do like the look of those buildings. I think we can integrate them very nicely into the town. Now, high rent. I really wish I knew how to fix this better. The building occupants have trouble paying the rent. A higher zone density or different zoning might be needed. So, like, what's... Well, we just have to do medium density? Is that what that requires? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. We will hopefully watch that go away over time. So, okay, we're having the game run now. We're actually going to speed it up a little bit and try and get some more demand coming in here. Now, something I wanted to try and do this episode was also a little bit of an education area. So, I don't want it to be completely separate and, like, look out of place, but I do want it to look a little bit like it was a development. So, and this is going to be... Oh, this actually looks like a nice spot. So, if we bring a road off here, just for a second. And that's pretty close. We want it relatively close here. Let's bring it off there. That's 59. And this is... Can I get a 59? Something's going on with the snap. 59. That's 90. Okay. So if we get something like that, and then we throw down an elementary school, that doesn't want a center. Okay. Let's restart this. Hang on. So we're going to bring this out, turn snapping back on. This might end up being a pretty busy intersection. There's a lot of funky angles going on right here. Okay, and I know that's that road. I just wanted to make sure that was in. Switch that back to 2. Okay. Now, we don't want it to come out a super long amount. Like, probably to... We'll just do it to here. 90. Goes to there. How long was that, sorry? That was... 116. 114. Close enough. We're gonna have to go with close enough on some of these guys. The game is not perfect. It does not want to always sync up with us. And I was thinking of throwing an elementary school down here first. But now that I think about it, I'm probably just gonna do high school to start. So, I like how that flows up, you know, through here. It's gonna be a busy intersection. But you'll see kind of what I'm going for. So, a lot of high schools that I see, at least in the US, have like parking lots out front. I can't fit that one in, but maybe we can do 2 large ones. 1, 2. So a lot of people can come in and park, and we'll make this pretty cheap parking. Don't want to burden our students too much. Now, also, I definitely want to make sure we get a nice looking sports stadium in the back here, directly centered off the back. Looks pretty good in my opinion, and we're gonna have to start fighting the topography again. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna level this out a little bit. Bring that down actually too. And we're just going to soften this back. And nicely like that. So maybe the town will start to kind of stop here. We'll maybe have some roads running up into the hills. But maybe this ends up being, you know, like more of a forest out this way. More low density. And this is kind of the edge of the town. Like this could be the main road to start for now. Like maybe this actually ends up being more like an outskirts highway. And we actually want to push this back a little bit more. Beautiful. Okay. I just don't like the look of some of the sharp edges, so if we can try and minimize those as best as possible through this build, that'd be great. Okay. And wow, we got a lot of people using this parking facility. And while I see this, there's some dead space right here. So you guys know what that means. We need some trees. Oh, can I not get any in there? That's unfortunate. We're going to have to probably do some hand placement on that. Just get some more in here. Some spruces. Nice and forestry. And we'll just leave it like that for now. Definitely going to have to come back in the future. But can we get some in here? Okay, okay. I like that. I like that a little bit. There we go. They're getting in. Nice. Okay. See how it's a nice little border right there. This is going to look like a great area, I think. I really hope so. So, this was meant to be more of a full education area. Looks like it might turn more into just the high school area. And we got a school library. Does that just... Yeah, these just both stick on the side. Okay. So maybe what we'll do is we'll actually put the elementary school up this way. And how many people would this end up serving? Like if I put it up here, okay, guys down here could still get to it. But I also feel like elementary schools are more tucked in, at least in the area I grew up, they were kind of tucked in to the actual neighborhoods. So maybe instead of putting it on the main road, put it over here. And actually, maybe it'll look good, like bordering this street. Maybe that's why we intentionally built this, without actually doing it. And that curve's going to be annoying, isn't it? So maybe we'll have to come off a little bit further this way. And there we go. I just clicked out of it, but we just got to Grand Village, which is awesome. We got 4 more points, and we got a bunch more map tiles. Actually, what did we just get? Increased loan limit, 4 development points, 6 expansion permits, district tool, production panel, policies, natural disasters, low rent housing, low density offices, grain farming, forestry. My lord. So we'll actually go back over to the farming district now and try and get some stuff in. But before we do that, let's make sure we're getting a nice playground down, and I think the extension wings are much easier to throw on. So we should probably start filling up this area so this doesn't look so just out of place before we go over back to the farming district. So what would look good around here? It's not very suitable for residents. We could get some maybe low density housing in this area, you know, on the main street, but I don't know how people feel about that, living so close to the school. Actually, it'd be easy because people could walk from the low density housing. Maybe they don't have cars, maybe they don't have as easy access to transportation. So maybe it'd be good to get some low-density housing. So we'll actually leave that for now. And what we'll do is we'll try and taper down some of these. So we'll get some row housing in there. And maybe it comes down to some normal residential buildings. Let's see how this looks. This might look a little weird. Just some row houses right here. But I don't necessarily want to put apartment buildings up yet. I think we'll probably end up building that out around here. There's some dead spaces. And I'm just going to constantly be going through, guys, and putting trees in when there's time. Because I just like the look of when some of these areas are a little more forestry. I really do. It takes up some dead space. Makes things look a little bit nicer. And these take so long to grow, which is why I keep doing it. And we still don't have any major issues there. But okay, let's come back over to the farming district. We're still losing money, but now we have the production tab. Let's go over to the production tab. As you can see, we have a surplus of livestock now. That's fantastic. But we have a deficit of carrots, of, what would this be, cotton, and grain. Okay, so we need to put some of those in before we wrap up today. So we could get a grain one in. I want to mix up how these look here. So, actually we got to start on this side. Bring this down. Ah, does that not quite reach that? That's a bummer. What if I just put that a little bit more in the middle? Like there's might be... Oh, is this going to fit? Please, please, all the way to the edge. Can we get it to this edge? Oh, perfect, boys. Perfect. Nice. So you can see we're just really going to fill this up with a bunch of farms. It's going to look nice. I think it's going to look really nice. So maybe this one needs to be split into two. It's kind of the feel I'm getting right now. I'll bring one down. Just a little funky look here. That's 90. 180. Boom. Nice little look. This area. And maybe we'll do something actually even a little funkier. This up. I'm really trying to make this look like it wasn't just a grid planned out. Even though that's kind of how we built it all at once, but I like some of these weird intricate roads running through. So we'll put that there. Get this running down. And make sure this is all connected up. Make sure we can snap and get as much utilization out of that space as possible. Okay, this one probably will have to end up going on this road as well. So this road might be a candidate for one that gets upgraded. Honestly, it's kind of funny because there's a little cross-through road. So we'll have to monitor this one very closely. We'll have to monitor the traffic in general through here very closely. Because I imagine as we start building more farms, some of these connections are going to get pretty congested. Oh, look. Nice little tractor going about. Look at this guy. Oh, and they're gone. Alright. Well, that was fun to watch. Okay, so let's actually just finish up this area. We'll leave that. We'll keep that grain for now. We'll see how the production tab is going. So now, we're producing 4 tons of grain per month. Is this... No. It's not fully utilized yet. We need to wait for that efficiency. We have not enough employees. So, okay, so this area is starting to be built up. I do like kind of how that filters down here. Again, we probably need some more trees eventually in all these little nooks and crannies. But for right now, this is looking pretty good. And should we do low density around here? How would this look? I mean, that's going to, if I remember correctly from some of my other plays, yeah. Like one tile, it's incredible. One tile of low rent housing just completely sucked up our entire high density demand. It really is surprising how that happens. And then we'll do a little bit of medium there, some row housing, and maybe we'll keep doing row housing. I like how it actually tells you the different, so if you click here, for instance, low density residential, not suitable on the street, but medium density actually is. So that's good to know. Low density good over here, and we'll backfill this. We're really sucking up some demand there now. And again, we're going to have more commercial demand after this is all done. So not enough workers. We're getting more employees moving in. Hopefully it's easy enough to get from this area over to here. But maybe that's a good thing that we work on next episode, is starting to get some public transportation in the area. But guys, I think we've accomplished a lot today. This building, actually, we'll see how this looks. Looking a little out of place. Maybe we put some more heavy density along this back too. This is looking a little funky. What's this issue? Crime scene. Do we have a police station? That's not. Oh no. We don't have police in. We're gonna get that in before the end of this episode, because that is kind of necessary. And where's a good spot for this? The clinic's over here. Could throw like a police station in on this corner. We don't want to. We don't want to get rid of some of our commercial there though. Maybe we'll put it right here. This actually looks like a good spot. How big is this? Boom. So it did take a little bit of the commercial there. But nice police station now, right in downtown. So hopefully that can help out with the crime situation that's going on up there. But anyway, guys, sorry, I was trying to wrap up the video here. So I think next episode, we'll probably look at expanding the transportation network. We need to still add in an elementary school. I realized, actually, no, we got that one in. I already forgot where I put that. I was like, I looked over here, didn't see it. But yeah, I think next episode we'll probably start working on the transportation network a little bit more. Maybe we'll start thinking a little bit more about how to bridge the city over into this area. Like, I really don't know if we just let it kind of fizzle out, or if we just really continue like an urban sprawl, a little bit more high density, and then back down to some low density, and really develop the area around the high school. Because you could think that the city probably started being built around some of these larger buildings, the larger establishments in the area, and not necessarily even the farms. Like, maybe we'll put a little town over here or something eventually, like maybe in this area. But anyway, guys, I continue to ramble. So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. It means a ton for a small channel like myself. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you all have a great day, and take care.